My name is Doren Day, and welcome to Wellness on the Waterfront, presented by Independence Blue Cross in conjunction with the Delaware River Waterfront Corporation and Studio 34. Today, I will be introducing you to the basics of Tai Chi. And Tai Chi is also in conjunction with Qigong, are related forms of exercise that help to improve energy flow and balance circulation and all types of well-being. As an acupuncturist, I view my main job is to improve energy flow, and that brings about health. And here's a way that you can do that on your own. So we're going to have you come and stand with your heels together and your toes a little bit apart. Have your knees slightly bent. And we're going to begin by flowing through. You can just follow along the beginning movements of the Tai Chi form. So knees are slightly bent. The most important thing in Tai Chi is to relax. So soften, relax, really feel your feet on the floor. And following along, shift the weight all the way and touch out toe and heel. Breathing in as the arms are drawn up. Breathing out. The hands come down in front of the body like water flowing over a waterfall. Then opening to the side wall, the hands are holding a big ball, imaginary ball of energy. And we're going to take a step forward and shift and come to face the front wall. So let's do that one more time. From the beginning, with the heels together, the knees slightly bent. Feel your body relaxed and your weight sinking down so you can really feel your feet planted on the floor. Also, imagine a string from the top of your head pulling upwards, lengthening your spine, supporting you so that the rest of your body can relax. And begin shifting into and stepping out for shoulder width. Coming to the shoulder width position and breathing in as the arms come up to shoulder height. And breathing out as you relax, as the hands come down like water flowing over a waterfall. Back down to the sides. Opening to the side wall as though you're holding a big ball between your hands. Sink and shift the weight into that front leg. And step towards the front. Shift the weight. And come to face the front wall. Let that back foot close to the diagonal. Take a moment in this position just to feel your feet again. Relax any tension that you can. And remember that string pulling upward from the top of your head, lengthening you. Good. Let's do that one more time. Flowing smoothly. Breathing in, deep and relaxed. Breathing out. Opening to the side, holding that big ball in front of the body, sinking the weight, shifting all the way into that front leg, stepping and shifting most of the weight, but not all, into the front, and closing the back toes to the diagonal. So now you're facing the front wall, feel your feet and relax your weight down even more into your feet. So those are the opening moves of the Tai Chi form. And they have, as you can tell, a particular quality to them. And in Tai Chi, we're really working with not just the moves that you make, there's one move after another, and we can show you what those are, but how are you moving? Paying attention to where your weight is, and is your spine upright? And is your belly and your breathing relaxed and deep? And there's one more principle that I'd really like to focus with you on today, and that is called empty steps. It's a way of stepping that's a little bit different than we usually do in life. And it really helps to build awareness and balance. So, empty steps. Let me show you what I mean. Normally when we're walking, we're just kind of falling and catching ourselves over and over again. If there happened to be a hole there, I'd be in it. With empty steps, I'm not going to shift my weight. I'm going to step my foot forward without shifting any weight. I'll set the heel down. I'll even set the toe down, but I haven't shifted any weight at all. I'm still back here on this back leg. So if there was a hole there, I could just pick that foot up and put it somewhere else. No harm done. So we're going to have you try this with empty steps where you shift your weight all the way to one side and set the heel down without shifting any weight. Lay the toes down, still empty. And then smoothly and slowly shift all the way into that leg. Let the back foot peel up. And do that on the other side, stepping forward, heel, and then toe. And then slowly shift the weight. Keep going. Still feeling that string pulling up from the top of the head. And when you come to the edge of your space, just turn around or go in a circle, taking empty steps. We're going to practice that quality of setting the whole foot down, flat and empty, before shifting any weight. And the movement is smooth and steady and slow. Really paying attention to how you're stepping. So on this next step, when you have placed your foot down, heel and toe, I'm going to have you check. So staying right where you are, pick that foot up again. If you had to shift your weight or it seemed like there was an earthquake in order to pick that foot up, that means you had shifted a little bit of weight into it. So keep the weight in the back leg, set the foot down empty until you can pick it up easy up and down with no change. That's empty. And now you can choose to shift the weight into it. Let the back leg just hang underneath you until you've got all the weight in that foot. And now let's step empty with the other, heel and toe, and check. Pick your foot back up. Can you pick it up and down without any shakiness or shifting? Once it's that way, set it down flat and empty and shift. And keep stepping, relaxing, and letting the shift be very aware and mindful. Take a moment to remember and feel like there's a string attached to the top of your head and it's pulling upwards towards the heavens, lengthening you. You might even feel like you get a little bit taller by using that image. Taking empty steps is an excellent practice. Keep your knees bent. Keep your eyes looking forward. You don't need to be looking at the computer every moment right now. We're looking forward as we step. Every once in a while, you might want to check and see if after you've laid your foot down, maybe you've put some weight into it. In order to check, you'd have to shift. So if that's the case, bring it closer to you until you can have an empty check and then shift. Even though this is very simple, it's a way of using the quality of movement that we have in Tai Chi to increase your balance, increase your leg strength because your knees are bent the whole time. And that improves circulation throughout the entire body. So let's go back now. You can stop with empty stepping and come back to the opening position of the Tai Chi that we've been doing. Heels together, toes slightly apart. And we're gonna notice how there are some empty steps right here in the Tai Chi form. So we begin again with the feet really firmly planted and connected into the floor. You might even imagine that there's roots growing down through the bottoms of your feet that go down into the earth. We use a lot of imagery in Tai Chi, like that image of the string from the top of the head pulling upwards into the sky. So lengthen right up through the top of your head. And then shift all the weight. And we're going to take an empty step here, touching out for shoulder width. This time it's toe heel, but empty. And then we shift all the weight into that side. So the other foot is empty and we close the toes. And come back towards the center. We still have that string pulling upward. And with that lengthened body, we begin the arms coming up to shoulder height with an inhale. Drawing the breath in. And then the hands come flowing down in front of the body like water as we're exhaling. Back down to the sides. Open to the side wall. Take that back hand and put it on top of this big ball of energy that you're holding. And we've turned the right foot out to the side wall. Now let the toes down, but empty. So we can check that. We can pick up that foot, no shifting necessary because we've still got all the weight on the back leg. Now we're going to change that. So slowly shift all the weight forward onto the front leg, bending the knees a little bit more, getting all the weight. Can you shift any more weight onto that front leg? Good. Now we'll take an empty step with the back foot. We're going to step towards the front wall, a heel toe step, but don't shift any weight into it yet. And then now we shift. About 70% of the weight comes into this foot, and we come to face the front as we do this. Back foot closes to the diagonal. Take a moment to feel your feet. Relax. Bend your knees a little bit more if you can do that comfortably. And come out of position. And let's try that again. Tai Chi and Qigong are known for improving health and increasing longevity. Tai Chi practitioners tend to live longer and have better bone density and better balance, fewer falls. Which you can understand as you do this slow movement. It's simple, but it's a little bit challenging when you keep your legs in these positions and use these qualities of movement. So shifting all the weight, touching out empty for shoulder width, toe heel. Shift the weight across and close the toes. Back to the center. Breathing in. Hands just come up to shoulder height, and then as they come down and in, you're breathing out. Hands trailing down behind, in front of the body, and back down by the sides. Good. Then opening forming that big ball. Lay the toes down empty. Shift the weight forward. Let the knees really bend. Sink all the weight into that front leg so that you can get the back foot, even though it hasn't moved yet, feel that it's empty of weight. Just check it out. Can you pick it up real quick? Keep it there. Keep it empty as you step forward, heel and toe. And then shifting, bringing more than half the weight into the front leg, closing the back toes. Relax, bend the knees. Feel your length and your uprightness. The left palm is across from the center of the chest in this position. It's called a ward off. And the right hand is just resting slightly bent beside the body. Good. Hold the position for a moment and notice what you can relax. Can you soften your shoulders? Can you relax and lengthen your lower back? Is there any gentleness you can bring to your knees and your ankles? And keep breathing nice and deep and slow. Gently relaxing. Good. Okay, coming out of that position. Let's go back into practicing just some simple empty steps again. And this is something you can do at home, up and down your hallway, 5 or 10 minutes of empty steps every day, and you will feel a difference. So come to one side or the back of your space, one way or the other, and shift all your weight into one foot or the other. Keep the principles of movement we've talked about. Knees are bent, lengthen the spine, arms relaxed. And we're going to touch forward, heel and toe without shifting any weight. And then smooth like a river flowing, start pouring the weight into that side. Let the back foot peel up so that once all the weight is there, you can touch forward, heel and toe empty, and then shift. See how smooth you can make this movement. Right from one step into the next. But really holding the weight on that one leg and not shifting any until the foot is completely flat. Feeling that string attached to the top of your head, supporting you. Gradually lengthening your spine and pulling you upwards. And at the same time, imagine at the base of your spine, a heavy weight pulling down towards the earth so that your lower back, we're not tucking it under, but we're allowing that lower back to lengthen. Arms are relaxed but alive. The breath is deep and natural. See if you can feel your belly moving with each breath. Empty steps. All right. Let's come back to the center of the room and practice one more time with the beginning moves of the Tai Chi form, using these qualities of movement that we've learned. Relaxation, empty step, touching out for shoulder width, closing the toes. A deep, relaxed breath, breathing into the belly. Breathing in, breathing out. Arms are soft and alive. Keeping our straightness, keeping our uprightness, empty toes, pouring the weight forward, bending the knees a little bit more, all the weight forward. Here's another empty step. Shifting more than half the weight, closing the back toes, coming to face the front wall. Take a moment to be still in this position and see what you can soften, what you can relax. Imagine your weight really sinking down through your body, down to your feet, and down through your feet, into the floor, through the building you're in, down into the earth. Thank you for joining me for Wellness on the Waterfront, presented by Independence Blue Cross. Tune in to the DRWC Philly YouTube channel for more exclusive videos and follow on social media. I'm Doren Day. Enjoy your Tai Chi.